Oh my God, it's your boy, E-May. That's right. Guys, I want to talk about something that someone brought up when I was having a consultation, a one-on-one phone call with. He was basically saying that women don't have to learn game. They don't have to have dating coaches, and they can get laid much easier than men. Now, although in some cases that is true, you got to understand that women were born with dating coaches. Women live their life learning game. And this is why, for most parts, women have more game than men. Let me explain. When a woman is young, like very, very young, before she's really even having any interaction with boys, she's getting taught about how men are, how boys operate, the reason that boys are doing these certain things. And she's also maybe getting some attention. So you don't think that she's learning how to deal with the opposite sex then? And as she gets older, she starts to see these things online. She starts to see these things on TV. She starts to go to school, and she'll realize early on, from the attention that she's getting, the attention that her friends are getting, the attention that her mom is getting, how men operate. Now, when it comes to women having more game than men, it's because a lot of men don't interact with as much women as women will interact with men. What I mean is, a lot of guys are so afraid of women, but you still got a woman who's going to live her life, who's going to talk to a lot of guys. And by doing this, she cannot deal with every single guy that talks to her, which means she has to learn how to lie. She has to learn how to manipulate. She has to learn how to maneuver and how to get what she wants out of the situation, which may not always be what the man wants. And you guys literally get jealous because of this. But if you could, and I know this is going to be a stretch, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. If you could imagine how miserable life could be to not know true intentions of someone talking to you, and deep down you do know that they only want to have sex with you, and in women's case they just want to blow your back. If you're a guy and you got motherfuckers walking around wanting to blow your back all the time, every time they talk to you, every time they open the door for you, you know they're looking at your ass. Every time they say good morning to you, you know they're looking down at your titties. That's an uncomfortable life to live. And that's why I'm so surprised that dudes really build a movement called Passport Bros. When I went to Thailand and I had so many women throwing their self at me, literally after about the first 3 hours of doing that shit started to get fucking annoying. And I knew deep down that these women, they may have found me somewhat attractive, but they just only wanted me because I was American, because I'm black, because I'm foreigner, because I'm something different they're not used to seeing every day, and because deep down they just want my money, or deep down they just want to get a trip to America. That's the same when it comes to women. So as guys, some of you guys get jealous about this, and you have this resentment towards women, like, oh, it's so easy for them, they don't have to learn anything, and guys would just throw themselves at them. Yeah, for sex. Yeah, to add up to the body count. But the beautiful thing about men versus women is that as men, we have what's called a true choice. We have what's called true options, meaning that we can go out of our house, we can go to an area where there's beautiful women, and we can decide if we want to talk, interact, and flirt with them or not. The issue with women is that because of social standards and because of how they were raised, it's not ladylike for them to go out and talk to men. It's not ladylike for them to go out and approach. So they have to just hope. Just think about, like, as I'm talking about, think about a life of hoping. Think about a life of wishing. Think about a life of just waking up every day, trying to look as best as you possibly can, and hoping that Mr. Right slides into your DMs, hoping that Mr. Right approaches you, hoping that your friend knows a friend that knows a friend that's the right one for you. As men, we get to A, become Mr. Right, and B, talk to and approach any woman that we find cute. I remember I was talking to this chick recently, and I was asking her, I was like, yo, do dudes be approaching you? She was like, yeah, sometimes, you know, it depends. I was like, well, do you be noticing, because she got a fat ass, guys. Like, her ass is, she got one of those asses that'll just stop the room. Like, when she walk in, everybody got to stop and be like, okay, there's a lot of ass up in here, what's going on? But anyways, I was like, but do you when you go out, do you notice a lot of guys who want to approach you? She was like, yeah. She was like, every time she goes somewhere, she knows, like, she'll see dudes looking at her. And I was like, so these dudes that want to approach you and the dudes that you want to approach you, like, it's a mutual thing where y'all both are eyeing each other. I said, how does it make you feel when they don't approach you? And you want to know what her answer was? It is what it is. It must not be meant to be. That's literally how women think. They're literally born with the abundance mindset. They're born not as attached. They don't really care. But she also, on the other hand, said there's been plenty of guys who have approached her that she wasn't even looking at, didn't even know they were in the building. But when they go up and talk to her, she's willing to hear them out. She likes the fact that they're willing to approach her. She'll give them the time of day to have a conversation, potentially get her number, go out on a date and things of that sort, just because he approached her. In other words, she is not, no matter under any circumstances, all you guys getting your body right, all you guys getting your looks right, all you guys getting your money right, under any circumstances is she going to go up and approach you. And I'm not just talking about her specifically, I'm talking about women in general. They don't care as much as you think, and they do not have the confidence, they don't have the ego, they don't have the skills, really. Like, if you ever talking to a chick and tell her to give you an example of how she would approach, it's horrible. Like, their game is trash. So they're not going to do this just because you're some handsome dude, bro. The chances are very, very slim, and if it is, it's probably a woman you didn't want anyway. Because if you were a man in action, you would have approached her, right, if you wanted her, right? We're all doing that, right? Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, it's not what it's shaped out to be. And just because it seems like it's easier for women to get sex, I'm telling you, if you're a guy and you learn this stuff and you figure this stuff out, it can be easier for you to get sex. It can be hard as hell to get women to stop hitting you up. Everywhere you go, there's a woman texting you. There's a woman trying to call you, trying to hang out. But that's why you got to learn this stuff, because now you have the best of both worlds. Now you basically have an ultimate skill set versus women having to maximize their looks and just hope that a guy comes up, and versus guys who will literally live their life not talking to any women, and then the one that they finally get the courage or somehow get in a situation with, they'll just lock her down because they know that their chances of meeting any other woman is super slim. When you have that option and you can just walk around earth knowing that you can do your thing anytime, anywhere, any place, any city, any country, any language, any state, oh man, it's a beautiful feeling. It is a beautiful feeling. All right, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Stop watching this stuff and not subscribing. Subscribe. All right, I'm out.